Okay, you ready for this? Banjo. The house is being relocated. Banjo. Banjo. This is important. Banjo. The house is being relocated right to the spot in 3 days. Alrighty. Hey guys. Here is the official section tour video. So, here we have the new spot. We have a little shared driveway access here, so that's the neighbours there. And then we've got our own access in the middle of the fence. Another way access over there. And it is 1.5 acres. It was quite sloped when we bought it, so we've had to cut the platform in the middle there, which I'll show you. That section up there is quite steep, so mainly good for like planting, and we'll pop a couple of lambs and the chooks up there and stuff. So yeah, here's the entrance way. I've got Banjo, he's waiting for me to throw his ball. Okay, so new angle. This is going to be the front yard. This amount of dirt is going to be sort of flattened out along here, and then we're going to have like a bit of a sloping yard or a bit of a hill here, and then a nice flat yard at the front that's coming off the deck. We really want a nice patch of grass where the kids can run around, no prickles, and just enjoy their space with the trampoline and things. So that's going to be this whole front part. And then over this section, that mound of dirt will go. We've got a garage going in up here somewhere. In some spot, the septic system's going over in that corner, and the water tanks need to fit in this space as well. I was originally going to have the flower farm over in this corner, but Andrew needs a big space for his business to thrive as well. So he's going to take over this spot, and I'm going to have my greenhouses popped in the back there to start off with, all the tunnel houses. And I did put that hydrangea limelight hedge down the bottom here, with some other little plants in the front, and then the te toki trees in the back. But these big oak trees come up and go green all during the summer, so we definitely have some privacy between us and the neighbours. The other neighbours live up there, and they've got a beautiful planted section as well. Driveway comes up here, and then the driveway will turn into the garage, and then we'll have a bit of like parking bay here to enter into the house. So this is the house site. It's quite hard to explain, but we had to start with the retaining wall. So we've got 2 retaining walls here. These white pegs are marked out where the house is going to go. So right now I'm standing in Florence's bedroom. And then the master bedroom's in the front here, goes through to the lounge. And yeah, the house is sort of like on a diagonal. Bathroom back here, so the bathtub has a window right down to the edge. And then that window will look out into the planted bank up the top, and the kitchen gardens and things. And then here will be the sliding front doors off the kitchen and the dining. So it's very hard to explain the outlook, but it will go out onto a 3-metre wide deck, decking along the front there. And then you'll step down to a patio and then the front lawn. Yeah, so this is the kitchen window seat here, and then the kitchen is in this back corner here, so it will be looking, sliding windows here will open up into the kitchen garden and the flower garden up the top. Yeah, and then we'll have like this back section here with a little back deck, the laundry, yeah, and just like a nice sheltered back door step. So that's the house there. It's not a massive house. We're 7 metres width. I think it's about 14 metres long. It's just like one big rectangle cottage. Alright, so at the side here, we're going to keep this open down the middle because we want to be able to drive all the way around the section. Really good for like moving soil and mulch and just having really good access to everything up the top there. So we'll have like a wee path that comes up here into the kitchen garden, which is going to go along here and up the top there, and then I'll put my planter boxes around here, and I want like a wee, like, I guess morning coffee spot in the centre. So I'm thinking like little patio tiles, or what do you call them? Pavers here. Couch, coffee table, morning sun comes up there, and the house is just there. So you're still like really nicely connected to both spaces. I've got the wee berries in their bags and they're just going to stay like this for this summer. We'll have to organise some berry fences or a little berry house for them next year. But they're happy. So as you can see, we're sort of going up. Section's going up on a lean. So this grassy spot through the middle is the driveway, and I'll probably just do like rosemary and lavender hedges around here to encourage all the bees, pollinators, and then an archway here and then an archway here leading into the flower field. So this is going to be my personal flower field where special things go, perennials that I can lift and divide, just a real working garden. And yeah, I've planted out over half of it. Still got zinnia and dahlias to go out, lots of cosmos. So this is a real work in progress. I'll show you what I have going on. So this is the current irrigation spot. We managed to get water up here. This needs to go on like a post, and that big pipe runs all the way down there, down the centre of the swale, because in the winter we needed somewhere to direct the water coming off these top hills, so it comes down. Show you, it comes down that hill, runs off and catches in here, and then runs down this all the way down to the bottom and into the drain at the bottom. There's drainage underneath the driveway. We just really made sure that we nailed that drainage before everything came in. I'm going to have to figure out how to edge all of this. I've got lots of bricks. I might like brick the edge, but I will need more. So yeah, this was the first row that I planted, and I've mulched this one. I've got lots of mulching to do. I'm waiting for both kids to be at school and preschool on the same day. Okay, so we'll go down this part first. So I've got Sweet William, phlox, 2 varieties there, and then some statice, and then we go into the arcalia. So these are perennial. I'll keep them up here at the top to just thrive on their own. They'll do better in their second year. I've got a couple of rice flower plants here. They need a bit of water actually. This really stunning pink, I really like that one. So these 2 are up here, and then I've got some perennial statice here, kind of hard to see when you put mulch around things. And then this bed, that's Scabiosa Farmer, another variety of that as well, and there. And then some corn cockle, love this plant. Oh, that guy's died. That's looking really good, really fast grower. Some more Achillea there, also known as yarrow, pretty sure. Some 2 random strawberry plants. Got some Matricaria here, and oh, I've forgotten what you are. Unknown. Starball, they're going to go in the dried flower bouquets. I'm going to have some fresh dried flower bouquets, so you can dry them yourself and do whatever you'd like with those bouquets. Some larkspur, love larkspur so much. Some snaps, not heaps. I wish I had more. I've got some coming into flower now at the other house, and I've just pinched these out, so yeah, but they are doing well. You've been to that side. And then stock, got a few stock flowers coming in. They are planted really intensively, so you'll notice I've planted really close together. This crowds out the weeds. Good use of space when you're growing cut flowers. You want to cram as many in as possible. Here we've got, I think that is Dara, chocolate Dara. Really pretty in wedding bouquets. Oh, I'm squishing into the ground. Honeywort, just a few. I do really love that plant. Produces heaps of stems. Got some straw flowers, some white straw flowers for the dried flower bouquets. I planted that all along there without the netting. I could have gone way further. That's very cramped though. So yeah, hopefully that'll survive. Some more Farmer White, perfect for weddings as well. Stunning big flower heads. Some more, Mignonette, Mignonette, yeah, can't quite say that. So yeah, they're all chocker. The random berry plant, the random row of potatoes. I'll just keep mounding them up. They're really good for soil though, and they just needed to be planted, so got those in here. I've also got some really random dahlias planted, and they're just doing really well. So I planted these with no eyes. This one hasn't woken up yet, but it's still there. There's one in there, got one there, there, and then sort of diagonal up the side there. So there, so I'm getting kind of puffed because we're on a hill and I'm chatting. These guys need to be planted out. This is some more cosmos. Some more down there. And then this is the strawberries in the veggie pod. They are doing really well in here. Just had to make sure I water them, and I've popped some wool around them so that the berries sit on the wool rather than the dirt. I've also got dahlias in here. It's a bit of a dynamite, to be fair. When the kids are in here, I'm like, don't stand on the new shoots, like they're pretty vulnerable. I need to get some mulch around these, and I need to come up and do some weeding because we do have this awful creeping grass. Everyone's nightmare, but weeds don't scare me. If you're scared of weeds, you're going to have a really awful garden journey. You can't be scared of them. You have to embrace them. They're here. They're not going anywhere. I'm not going to spray them. Yeah, make them your friend. Otherwise, they'll be an enemy. And they are, but just embrace it. I have got some bulbs in here. Not sure how they're going to do. And touching on the weeds, I will sort of, on a really hot day, I'll come down here with my knife and I'll just sort of cut the weeds and then let them die on the top of the soil. I am not going to use this arborist mulch around the seedlings and around the flowers because it's just a bit too coarse. Is that the word? No, chunky. Let's use the word chunky. And then when you want to come and plant in it after like your crop's finished, it can be, you sort of have to dig around through it. Ideally, over winter, I would have collected lots and lots of autumn leaves, and that is my plan for next autumn with those oak trees. They're going to drop all of their leaves. I'll gather them all, and pine needles, if I can find pine needles somewhere. I'll use those softer mulching materials to go in and around the flowers, and then this heavy mulch on the paths. And then once you've put your leaves in here, you can mulch it down, you can do your cover crops, and then cut it down and then plant straight into that looser, lighter material. Obviously didn't get to do that this season, so I do have bare soil. Whenever there's bare soil, there's weeds. If there's soil, something's going to grow, always. And it's always going to be what you don't want. But I'm going to battle that this summer and just try to keep on top of it and just be okay with it. Plant densely, try and shade them out. So these are my 3 newest rows. I've got a row of sunflowers here, again planted really close together. This encourages shorter stems, skinnier stems, not super fat, way easier to use in bouquets. I need to do my next succession of them ASAP. I've got some more straw flowers in this one. This path, I'm telling you now, is going to be a nightmare because it's so narrow and I'm going to regret it, but I need planting space. So I haven't got a metre between my rows, which is ideal. I've got about a foot as in my foot length. But that's okay, we'll manage. Here, what have I got here? I can't remember. I think it might be paper daisy up there. Some more dara, some more straw flowers, they're tiny. Then I've got the cosmos over here. That looked really sad before because it was a really hot day and I'm up here watering. So yeah, that's around there. It's quite hard to see. But before I plant, we've loosened up all the soil. I've put in some blood and bone and some sulphur to help break up the soil. Got some match carrier down here. Needs a water and it needs a plant. But I think I will get to this next, oh gosh, Tuesday maybe, I don't know, unless I can snatch some time somewhere. So I'm going to have zinnia and dahlia in these rows, and then just mixed rows of all kinds of things that I've sown. Sweet peas, summer sweet peas, so they are going to go down here. And then when I can get Andrew here to help me put in the stakes, we'll put in the cattle panel for them to climb up. So yeah, I hope that was interesting. I'm not sure what else you'd like me to touch on in this garden, but do comment and ask and I'll happy to chat with you. Okay, I'll show you what trees we have going on. I'm going to probably be puffing. It's actually really hard chatting and walking up hills. Snowballs. So I've got a wee snowball here. Another snowball there. I have a eucalyptus tree. That's looking really good. Oh no, a few aphids, but it's okay. Aphids never killed anyone. Got a peach tree. So this is the orchard section. It's going to be all up here. And then we're going to put the chicken house in here and let the chickens scurry around. This summer I really want to make some tree skirts or guilds or whatever you want to call them, sort of making like a circle around the base, underplanting them in lots of beautiful soil feeding plants, bring in the good bugs. Yeah, this is a pear tree and there's heaps of pears on here, and I'm not sure what year this tree is, so I'm not sure whether I need to pick them off or not. But I'm trying not to think the orchard side of, like overthink the orchard side of things. Another peach tree. This one is an apricot, I think. Is it an apricot? Maybe not. Maybe a nectarine. This is terrible. Peach, pixie peach. I put this one down the bottom here because it's only going to grow really small and I thought it was just super cute. We're waiting for a ride on lawnmower to come, so the grass is getting up there. But once we have that ride on, we have to get one that's like kind of four-wheel drive to get up the hill here. There's a plum hawea, actually. I think that might be a plum tree. Should have probably labelled them better. There's a plum tree. This one's probably doing the best, actually. We mulched at the base. Really need to cut this grass down. I was thinking of getting one of those crazy, like, handheld swiper things that cut it. And these ones are the citrus trees. I made little windbreak shelters because citrus don't like wind. And they're fine. They got new growth. Loving it. I think we got 2 oranges and a lime tree. We've got an orange tree over there. And another one, and blackberry we need to grub and kill. That's mandarin tree. And new growth. And then another wee orange, which even has some blossoms. Lots of grass. I need to cut this grass down. This was the really old feijoa tree that we have tried to uplift and transplant from the other house. No signs of growth yet. Oh, maybe that looks like new growth. So does that. But we thought we'd try anyway. See if it survives. I've got 2 fig trees. I love figs. These are going to take a long time to grow. We had to go with the small trees so that we could afford to actually plant this entire orchard, and I should probably flick this off. I know that's painful, but we need to let it grow bigger. Same as this one. And apparently, according to the neighbours, we don't get frost up here, which is incredible because they have bananas, heaps of banana trees, tamarillos, mangoes. Hi, cute avocado trees. This is the lemon tree that we also tried to replant to see if there's any more growth. This one's not looking so promising. Oh. But maybe it's doing some groundwork and putting some roots in. We don't know. But we also thought that was worth a try. This is Benjo. Oh, sorry, it's a hectic video. He's our beautiful 1-year-old tan border collie. He's the best garden companion. The lime tree here. We bought from the other house. So yeah, now I'm in the corner of the property. I like this being like our little citrus grove area. And then once we have the chickens and a couple of pet lambs in here next spring, this will keep the grass down really well. So we'll put up a wee fence along here so that the chooks and things can just thrive over here. I really hope that they work well with the fruit trees. Otherwise we'll have to put some little barriers around them while they're growing. And I mean, we're going to have so much fruit in the future, they can just eat the drop fruit, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Come, buddy. Oh, you're so handsome. So I hope you enjoyed that wee section tour. I know a few people have been following from afar and close, and yeah, super keen to see how our next chapter goes. I haven't shared the full story of how we got here recorded before. Obviously, loads of you know what has happened and what I've been through, but one day I'll touch on that again, just to sort of get the whole picture. But yeah, so the house is being relocated this Monday in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days. They are going to be doing it during the day, which I thought was an interesting choice. I thought that usually they'd be done during the night. I reckon that they'll have it landed on the section by 4 o'clock Monday. So we've got some family coming, I've got some friends wanting to really watch the project land. Yeah, I don't know if we'll follow it up the road. We might whip around the back road and come settle in at the section and wait for it to arrive. So fingers crossed it all goes well. A few little details with the house shifting. So we're going to be taping up some of the doors as we've got a concrete patio at the front that they chip away at to release the house from its pad, and then they take all the piles off the house to like detach it. And you're just a little bit nervous about the new joinery. I've got the new wallpaper and paint done as well, and there will be a little bit of play in the house. I am expecting some cracks and some minor damage. But you're really hoping that there's no major damage because the moving company provides insurance, but it is a $25,000 excess. So it really is only for worst case scenario, like the house crashes or, yeah, big damage. So I'm nervous for that. I just really hope it goes okay. But also not too nervous, like, oh, it is what it is. Like, this is what we're doing. It's going to be fine. Positive vibes. So I will record all of the shifting of the house all day until the moment it lands here. We're going to sit up here, have a wee picnic, watch them do what they need to do. So I'll check back in once we have a house landed.